Commercial real estate has a multi-trillion-dollar problem, and believe it or not, it's all built on paper.
I mean, we're talking thousands of paper leases, and absolutely none of them are standardized.
So you get this massive bottleneck. It slows down everything from acquisitions to simple reporting. Think about this. Processing just one lease by hand takes 4 to 8 hours of skilled work.
That adds up to thousands in fees. And even worse, it leads to some really costly human errors.
Yeah, we're talking about huge mistakes, like financial misstatements or even major compliance failures.
But what if you could just automate the whole thing and turn all those hours into seconds?
Well, that's where Lease Librarian comes in. It turns that document mess into clean, structured data.
And honestly, the difference between the old way and the new way is just staggering.
Instead of hours of error-prone work, you get machine-ready data in under 15 seconds.
The platform pulls out over 50 critical data points, everything from rent schedules to renewal options.
So how in the world is this possible? Let's take a quick look under the hood.
It's built on LangChain, which basically creates a smart team of specialized AI agents.
This team approach is key. You've got 3 core agents that analyze and validate all the data.
First up is the classifier. Its job is to figure out what kind of document it's looking at. Next, the extractor agent gets to work, pulling out all those 50-plus data points with incredible accuracy.
And finally, the conflict detector steps in to find any contradictions between the lease and its addendums.
This whole thing runs on a really solid modern tech stack, so you know it's reliable and scalable.
The final output is standardized, ready-to-use data with a full audit trail for compliance.
But here's the really crucial point. This isn't just about being a little more efficient.
It's about building that solid data foundation that you need for modern real estate intelligence.
Which leaves one big question for you. Is your portfolio built on actual data or just a pile of documents?
Hi guys, welcome to the demo of Lease Librarian version 1.0 beta, which is your AI-powered commercial lease intelligence platform. So what we did was we took 10 government leases and we changed some things up, made them fictitious, and then loaded them up into the software, as you can see. And let's pick one here. Let's go to this guy, say, and take a look what kind of information we can obtain from the lease that was uploaded. So obviously the lease type, importantly the confidence percentage. So we can actually judge what confidence we have in the information by actually ascribing a confidence percentage to the information that was gleaned from the lease. You can see that it was a particular square footage, particular term, naturally the tenant and the landlord details, address details, net rentable square footage, number of parking spaces, and then financial terms like annual rent, monthly rent, parking charges, and then lease terms like commencement, expiration, type of term, termination clauses, etc. So once we have all the information in, then we can make use of a FICE vector database and a RAG database system chatbot to query the database as to what's in the database. So let's ask the lease librarian some questions, shall we? All right, let's go with how many leases are in the database? Total of 10 leases, that's accurate. Let's ask them which leases expire in 2 leases with 1 renewal option available. All right, so you guys get the idea. You can basically drill down into further details of anything in the database without having to go and grab the document. Let's take a look at what the source documentation is. This is a sample. This is not the actual document, but it goes to show we can just hit a button and scan through what the source documentation is instead of having to look at anything. So when you have 300 leases, that's a real convenience. Let's go through the technical aspects of the software that I created. And so it's Lease Librarian version 0.1 beta. Architecture was a React front end using Tailwind CSS with a REST API, a Fast API backend, and we use LangChain on this project, which is actually the reason I started the project, was to do some work in LangChain. And we have an LLM running the Lease Librarian aspect, and it's a GPT-4 Mini. And one of the agents has structured pydantic output. Speaking of agents, so the three agents were a document classifier. So it would look at the document coming in and say, all right, yeah, that is a lease. Then we have the lease extractor agent, which actually extracts the information we want from it. And the third is a conflict detector agent. What this does is, say we mistakenly scanned two copies of the same lease because we couldn't tell whether they were different. Maybe one has amendments, one has riders, the other doesn't, which can very easily happen these days. So the conflict detector would actually scan that and throw up a flag saying, hey, we've got a conflict here. The core capabilities of the software are structured data extraction, confidence scoring, real-time processing in about 8 to 15 seconds, amendment detection, a RESTful API, and a beautiful React front end. And it was created with production-grade practices, and it is fully production-grade software. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lease Librarian version 1.0 beta. Thank you.